Good Lordy B, Jeez, Mazo. Whew. Lord, look at that sunshine. It is a bright and sunny day. Woo. What is up, YouTube adventure family? Today is an exciting day. It is definitely the most exciting review that I've done with the Colorado Adventure channel so far. It's also the highest priced item that we've done a review on as well. This right here is going to be the review of the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This bike is super awesome. It comes in two different versions. It comes in a 3 kilowatt and a 5 kilowatt. I've got the 3 kilowatt because after being on an e-bike and e-biking all through my little valley in town, everything is super close, and even Vail is only 8 miles away. So it's only a 16-mile round trip to really the furthest place that I go. So I've got the 3 kilowatt just to save on weight, efficiency, and all that good jazz. But check it out. This right here is the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This is a big monster. It's 60 volts. It's got a 30 amp hour battery in it. That I really think that this is the very first review on this e-scooter, and I'm excited to bring it to you from the Colorado Adventure channel. Let's hop on the Hulk Goat and go on a ride. Let's go. Check this out. So there's the ignition. Okay, it's on. Kickstand has to be up for it to go, as well as you're going to have to take it out apart by squeezing in the brakes, which is kind of cool. But I do have, the display's really kind of hard to see from any camera angle. You can see it's got a lot of controls. The brakes are huge on it. These brakes are really huge. But you've got, like, you know, left and right turn signals, which operate super cool there. You've got modes 1, 2, and 3. You've also got different brightnesses on your headlights here, which is super cool too. So anyways, we're going to take off, and there was a reverse button here. I knocked it off on my accident moving shit around in the garage. That was totally my fault. But anyway, no big deal. I don't really need reverse on this. Maybe you do. But let's get riding on the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This thing's crazy. We're going to take a cruise. I'm going to talk about the maneuverability, how it kind of handles a little bit. Then we're going to do a speed test, a little bit of a braking test. Then we'll pull over and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the specs. And then we'll do some more tests on it, including a monster hill challenge. We'll see how this thing handles going up a big hill. It having 181 newton meters of torque should be fairly exciting. Alright, so pretty much the way this thing kind of handles is it doesn't really turn on a dime. You gotta, you know, kind of move it slowly as you're turning and then gain up momentum throughout the turn. A lot like a real motorcycle. It just doesn't have real motorcycle-y type tires. These tires are more remnants of a scooter tire for sure. It's just got a lot more torque than like a normal scooter. Alright, we're going to cruise on through here. We're just cruising at 40. I'm going to pop it into third gear. And we'll just cruise along through here real quick. So you can smell the food trucks. Darwin's place there is just killing it, man. That Honduran food that he has is just amazing. We'll stop there one day and grab a bite to eat. But yeah, just kind of like the way it handles. When you get up at higher speed, it does get a little bouncy in the front. I think that's just due to not having a ton of weight in front. But as far as like the speed, it definitely has the speed and torque. I don't think this is the type of scooter that you're necessarily going to be just blasting 45 miles an hour all the time either. So take that for whatever you want. But when this thing's on a straightaway, it's fun. I mean, it is a blast, literally. All right, we'll get some top speed action here and see where we go. Let's make sure it's in third. Let's go. We'll have an open road here to kind of see where we get going. So it says 43 miles an hour on this, and we're already at 43, 44, 45, 47. We got 47 on the actual GPS. Great. We get to go through some water, so we get the water challenge. This is bull crap, or whatever. This, whatever, is what it is. But you see there, I mean, we got up to 47, and it was just cooking. Absolutely cooking. All right, let's head on up here. I'm going to keep it in mode 3, honestly, just while I'm on the highway, because it's what you would be doing with it, right? So we went through a little water there unexpectedly. Hey, I thought they would have that fixed by this time this year. It's just whatever. All right, so speed limit's 40 through here, so let's just keep it maybe not too much over 40. Gorgeous, huh? What do you think about this, guys? I mean, handle's super smooth. I mean, it's zippy. It's got a lot of power and a lot of torque. It's got a 3,000 watt motor. Now the 5 kilowatt comes with a 5,000 watt, 10,000 peak, 110 amp controller. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with the 5 kilowatt. It would just be really crazy, just a little unnecessary for what I'm doing. I don't know how much more that I would want in an electric scooter before just going straight to an electric motorcycle, but that's kind of up to you. That's why they make a couple different versions. It's also got a 50 amp hour battery that's just insane on the 5 kilowatt too. This is a 30 amp hour battery. I just love this thing. It handles so smooth. Now, I did look up online replacement parts for this thing, obviously. Because if I were to keep this thing, I want to know how easy it is to get replacement parts, or if I want to get rid of it, to explain to them that replacement parts are easy, and they are. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, Temu, the shocks, replace, the wheel standard, the tire standard, just everything's just kind of, it's all out there. And you can upgrade the suspension, which is probably what I would do. I would stiffen up the front suspension just to minimize the bounciness when you get past like 35, 36 miles an hour, because it gets a little boingy at higher speeds. Just because the suspension, you can't really adjust it, and it's soft compared to the back. Honestly, it's just soft compared to this bike, or this e-scoot, this thing. Anyways, it is super fun to ride, regardless, no matter who and what you are. Look at the backdrop to this. This is kind of like a little bit of off-road gravel, how it would handle at a campground or whatever, and it handles like super duper freaking awesome, honestly. And now that somebody's actually moved that freaking boulder that was there, this is kind of nice. I could take it through here and have a pretty cool backdrop of Lion's Head. And then we'll have a cool backdrop somewhere else. I'm going to talk about it some more as we do more of a test run here. This is a famous area, guys. This is super famous. This is Minturn. This is, hell, this part of the railroad's actually been on the Disney Channel and shit. So yeah, check it out. We're right there. That's Lion's Head Rock. Up there, it's really famous. Cougar Ridge running across I-70. That goes to Vail. That goes to Aspen, basically. And that's Meadow Mountain, Minturn, and Red Cliff and Leadville. The highest city in North America, Leadville, is that way. Only about 12 miles as the crow flies. This here won't leave the ground. It's pretty heavy. This is the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This thing's freaking huge, man. Like, look at this thing. I mean, we're talking Gigantor. This is a big e-scooter. It's like a gigantic stand-up scooter that you sit on, is the best way to describe this, because I've had some scooters. I mean, it's huge. The thing's gigantic. You can see we got up to 47 miles an hour there. cooking. We'll pause that for a minute. But you can check it out. These brakes are huge. These brakes, I got a tape measure in my hand for a reason. That's my grandpa's old tape measure. We're gonna measure some things here. But check this out. These brakes are freaking huge. I mean, boom, boom, boom. I mean, just bulky, just super bulky. I got my phone holder there. Of course, I got my 360 thing, but you got a big old headlight, a big horn, big, huge tires on these things. I mean, just gigantic. I mean, these are 1540-12s. I mean, that's a freaking tractor tire, like a big old lawnmower tire almost. It's really huge, a little bit more street worthy than like a lawnmower tire, but just huge. You can see the calipers are just super thick and the brakes are just super bulky, like legit, like big old brakes, huge old brakes. Look at that. That rotor's just super thick. That's the thickest rotor I've seen on an electric vehicle so far. Look at that. That's just crazy, man. It's crazy. You could adjust the kickstand, which I suggest you do. I did that myself too. But check it out. That's the Hulk goat. That thing's just nuts. Now, it comes with, obviously, the key that turns it on, which is right here. I'm going to turn it on. You can see, I don't know if you can see the display real good, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so it's in park always when you start it, and you got to hold these brakes in for a little bit to release it, and then it will give you the ready. And there's the battery there. It doesn't really give you a voltage, which is kind of sad, but, you know, as far as turn signals, it does give you which turn signal you got on, and it blinks, which is cool, as you can see. I mean, they blink. Let's go look at the rear here. Yeah, look at there. Tail light. Let's check the brakes here. Like a lightning bug in July. Let's turn on the other one. Yeah, man, I just really like the brakes and the turn signals on this. They're really robust. I mean, they're just super, and you got different brightnesses on your headlight there, as you can see. You can turn it off, on, bright, and then just normal. So that's like dim, bright, and off. We'll just leave it on dim for right now. But check it out. It's got a really loud horn on it. That's annoying. It's also got a crazy Porsche key. It's got this backrest on. I really like that on it. My girlfriend's really gonna like that on it. It's got a huge freaking battery in here. As you can see, that battery's freaking huge. That's a 30 amp hour, and the 5 kilowatt comes with a 50 amp hour, which is insane. You plug it in, you charge it right there, which is cool, because I was plugging it in there and doing that. It's a pain in the ass. So your seat height, it looks like, would be, I'm just getting it straight here. You're looking at probably 26 inches or so on the seat height, maybe a little bit over 26 and a quarter, whatever. And, you know, about 3 inches higher on the back with the foot pegs on the back, which are cool for the passenger. That's super cool. And now the question everyone's asking, how wide are those freaking tires? Well, I gave you the measurements, but let's give you the actual measurements. You're looking about 8 inches wide on the tires, probably about 7 actual tread when you're riding straight. They don't turn super great. You got to kind of hold it. You can't really lean it too much or you'll lose traction. You can lean it a little, but like I said, it doesn't really turn on a dime. It's not designed to. It's not a super high-speed maneuverable machine. It's a powerful, bulky machine. It's the Hulk. It's not the Ninja. Okay? I've owned a lot of Ninjas. That's why I know. But it's super cool for what it is. I mean, it's an electric scooter. That's exactly what it is. I think it's great for running around neighborhoods and running errands around town and doing a fun little date, going to music festivals and farmers market and things like that, where it's just a pain in the butt to park. And it's super fun. It gets a lot of attention. My neighbors are constantly stopping, asking me what vehicle I'm riding now or here lately. And this one's got a lot of talk around town. I assure you that. But anyways, we got some more things to do. But there was a high-speed test. We did like a high-speed test. We talked about, you know, how it handles, not really maneuverability wise all the way. We'll get into that more. But the way the thing handles is pretty good for what it is. I mean, it's two, you know, mini tractor tires on an e-scooter that goes really fast, has a lot of power. So let's hop back on the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. And let's do some more challenges and see what this thing is. We got a hill to climb. Not that kind of hill, but pretty doggone close. We got a hill to climb with a beautiful view, so stay tuned. This is gorgeous, and I haven't taken anybody up here yet. It's kind of a special place, but you're all invited. So let's get back on the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This thing's crazy, man. And for that price of $24.99, that's just crazy. And use my discount code, Colorado Adventure Channel, and you'll save 5% on this thing and whatever accessories you buy too. Let's get back on. Let's go. Stopped by my buddy Brian's liquor store there, which is funny because I don't even drink anymore, except for the occasional beer. Let's head on out and see what the Hulk Goat has. So far we've went a little over 6 miles, and the battery bars are showing full, but take that with a grain of salt, as you all well know. But we're going to keep track of how many miles we go and what gear or what mode we're in, so let's shoot on out. So far this thing is amazing. So this next kind of like test, I guess I'm pushing this thing through, is kind of like around town. What's it like going through a couple stoplights? What's it around going around a couple turnabouts, actual traffic, and then we'll do a hill climb after that. But let's get on through here and break onto the other side and go around town. This right here is just basically Highway 6, and this takes you to all the shops and stores and whatnots and knicky-knacks and all the things you may or may not need, like Walmart. I mean, if Walmart don't have it, do you really need it? Probably not. All right, this is awesome. It's a beautiful day. Right now we're just cruising at 45. I've got it in mode 3, so just keep track of everything. Right now we're about 7 miles into the ride. Super great day. I mean, what I love about this thing is the power. The 181 newton meters of torque in this 3 kilowatt bad boy allows me to get up and go no problem. It also allows me to just keep up with traffic at the higher speeds, because the throttle throughout is really smooth. And I really believe that just most of this bike, honestly, is brakes, motor, battery. And then the rest are things. They're just kind of there. For whatever, man. For whatever. Alright. Here's our first kind of little area. There's some construction going on, blah, blah, blah. This has been going on forever, man. I'm freaking over it. It's like everyone else is. This will just give you an idea of how it zips around a couple roundabouts and around town here. We're going to head up there behind the interstate. See what that's all about. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty doggone cool. Alright. Zipping around another roundabout. Taking the inner Chillicothe lane. And you gotta take the turns kind of wide and easy on this thing. It's not an Ninja, it's a Hulk. And I'll say that over and over. You gotta take it for what it is. Alright, let's head on through and make sure my mic is there. That'd be good. But I mean, it turns okay, it just doesn't turn on a dime. It turns more like on a quarter. But I'm just kind of showing you here, as we go through some in-town turns and try not to get speeding too much. It's how it handles in town really well. I mean, that's what I'd say that this scooter's really for, is cruising, what we're doing right now. cruising through town, running errands, going to the post office, going to the grocery store, you got a checkup at the doctor's office, you know, going to hang out with a buddy, grab a bite to eat, concert, farmers. That's what this bike's for, man. And if you live in a community that offers any of those things, or if you live in the city, this bike is totally for you. Or if you live in a big neighborhood or a golfing community or a farm, or even in the backcountry where you just have some big winding roads and, you know, the speed limit isn't like 70. You know, you don't want to hold up traffic, so don't do that. But, I mean, the damn thing handles super, super well. And I'm really not having any problems right now, which is just the bee's knees. We're going to turn left right here. I'm over the wet shit, man. I am over it. Alright, we're going to head on through here. And it's just such a smooth ride. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, just the way that the freaking thing handles, man. It's bulky and big, and it's just odd. You just can't take super leany turns or super tight turns at high speeds on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing handling wise I'm really seeing. Brake wise, man, check this out. Brake wise, just amazing. It's almost like ABS. It's like hydraulic ABS almost. I mean, I don't know what the heck they were thinking when they did this, but they thought right, because they overdid the damn brakes. Like the brakes are over engineered. I mean, that's just the crazy part. It's like what I think is over engineered on this thing, honestly, to me, is the rear hub motor is just gigantic. The brakes are just crazy. See that bump right there? That front suspension squishes down and then the rear doesn't. So, I mean, it does. It's better than not having it. Trust me. I mean, it's bouncy. It's just, with two people, I think it would be about the right kind of deal. Anyways, we're going to turn left here because we're about to take this thing up a challenge and talk about the Hulk goat. And if it's something that's good for you, because right now I'm finding a lot of versatility in this thing as I ride it around where I live in town, and it wouldn't have really honestly been the first thing that I would have bought, honestly. It just wouldn't have been the first thing. You know, like I would have probably have leaned more to like an e-dirt bike that you can get registered or something and drive around town, take off road would probably be my first choice to get something. But while this was available, and honestly just a huge fan of the TV series The Hulk, I thought, why not order this thing and try it out and review it for you all? And hell, worst comes to worst, I could always sell it on the super cheap and get somebody a really good deal on something that's really super fun and hopefully super functional for them. And they could get on this doggone thing and go have a hoot on it. Because it is every bit a hoot. All right, we're going to go up here. We're going to take this thing up a really big hill. It's a beautiful view up there. It's starting to get really warm. But before it gets hot, I thought it'd be a good idea to see how this thing handles an actual hill. All right, here we go. So up here is like a lot of cool areas up here. We got the Walking Mountain Science Center there that's super cool. I got a couple friends that have worked there and some that still work there. They offer a lot of cool things. This hill is super steep and super long. So I figured, why not? I mean, it's handling 33 miles an hour. The speed limit's 30, so we're going over the speed limit up this thing. And it's just a super non-forgiving hill, so I figure if we're going to burn out the damn motor in this thing, this is where we're going to do it. We might as well see what this thing can and can't do, right? All right, let's go. This is beautiful. So back in the day, this used to be like all dirt bike trails going up through here and just super awesome. And now there's like some big poshy neighborhoods up here that are just super intense. I mean, we're going up there, you can see where that bridge is up there. I mean, it's just gorge. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to make it up here a little ways, get a good view, and talk about the Hulk Goat on this really epic mountain climb, because I don't know of any electrical vehicles that have went up this thing. I haven't seen any. I mean, there may be some e-bikes, I'm sure, pedal assistant e-bikes and stuff. Maybe, but I haven't seen any, and I work up this hill sometimes. All right, cool, man. Taking the hill challenge. All right. So we got permission to go. Here we go. We're going to whip this thing around. And we're going to go up this big old honking hill. Can it make it? God, this thing's huge. Coming around that turn, we didn't have a lot of momentum on purpose. And we're at 27-29. I mean, we could hold up with traffic up here just fine. That's really freaking cool, guys. That's really freaking cool. How freaking awesome is that? Wow, that's a steep freaking climb there, boys and girls. Like, that's no jokey maroki. Like, that's no joke, man. That is no freaking joke. You know, the other challenge coming down this dang thing. So if you see my next video, you know that I made it. I'm alive. So there's that. We're going to stop it. Well, can we go up here a little bit further maybe? We'll find a better place to park and get a good view of what's going on. Even if we got to turn around, whatever. But good Lord, look at that. It's like south of us got a little storm boiling through there. Yeah, we could probably turn around up here, go back down and find a better place to park maybe. I don't know, man. This is pretty awesome. I'm not disappointed at all. Like, just not disappointed. This is like really handling the challenge incredibly well. Like, anyways, we'll go up here, turn around. We could probably park up there. Let's see. Maybe we stop up there at that little pile of whatever that is. Yeah, I've worked on some of these houses up here. They're just, you know, they're the beyond $40 million homes, man. Like, and I'm not joking. There's a home up there that I know that's over 30,000 square feet. It just is. This is kind of gorge. We're going to park right here. Yeah, check this out. Look at that. Jesus Moses. I'm going to switch cameras here. For the obvious reasons of holy cowness. I mean, look at that. I don't know how much battery. Oh, man, I got plenty of battery left. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely bonker nuts, man. That's crazy. This thing's crazy. This thing's absolutely nuts. I hope you really enjoyed the ride. This thing's insane, man. That thing is insane. So far, get this. 11.3 miles. We went up a big old huge hill. I don't know. We've dropped a battery bar. I'm guessing this thing at full blast gets like 25 miles, maybe 28 miles full blast. I mean, it says 28 to like 50, and I'm guessing that range is accurate because, hell, the speed is accurate. I mean, the thing is freaking awesome, man. That was impressive. It climbed up that hill, no problem at all. I want to check this motor and feel how warm that motor is on this big honkin'. It's really just not that warm. It's warm, but it's not hot. Overlooking Beaver Creek, overlooking Bachelor Gulch and Arrowhead ski resorts, not far from Vail, not far from Aspen either, and not too far from Steamboat, not too far from Copper, not too far from Breck, not too far from Keystone, not too far from A-Base. We're in Mill Ski Country, and the freaking Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes handled this hill no problemo, amigo and amigas. The Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. This is the 3 kilowatt version. They make a 5 kilowatt version. 3 kilowatt version again has a 3,000 watt motor in the back. It has a 60 volt battery, 30 amp hours, and just super kick ass. The 5 kilowatt version has a 5,000 watt motor, 10,000 peak, 110 amp controller. That's crazy because even the 3 kilowatt has 181 newton meters of torque. And I can only imagine what the torque is like on the 5 kilowatt riding it. Super crazy. This thing came all the way from down there, boys and girls. I mean, we're talking the ultimate hill challenge that challenges dirt bikes back in the day. These roads we used to ride coming up here was a challenge on 4-stroke and 2-stroke dirt bikes. This thing came right up it, granted, you know, paved, zipped right up it, no problem, at over 30 miles an hour. It's crazy. The Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes. Get you 1, get you 2, get you 3. Go visit www.goatpowerbikes.com. Use my discount code Colorado Adventure Channel and save a ton of money on these things. I think it's running like $24.99 right now for this one, and like $32 or $33.99 for the 5 kilowatt. That's just a hell of a deal for transportation. Getting these things registered, you can probably get it registered through $1 Montana or whatever, or just scoot around and be safe like I do and not cause a scene. Nobody's gonna give you any trouble. That depends on where you live, honestly. I live where it's just, you can really ride your dirt bikes anywhere. Anyways, check it out. It's beautiful. And the Hulk Goat is amazing. It's like Beauty and the Beast here. But the Hulk Goat by Goat Power Bikes, it handles amazing, climbs hills, it goes through everything. It's got the torque, it's got the power, it rides too. Incredible. For more content, not only on the Hulk Goat, but more e-bikes and adventures, subscribe, hit like and leave a comment. I need the support. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which means I could be super huge monetized and super awesome and do this forever for you all. And give you views like this in the middle of ski country. This is Chris with the Colorado Adventure Channel. Until our next adventure, peace.